Good people don't smoke marijuana. So said Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III during a Senate drug hearing in April of 2016. These days, that very same Sessions is our Attorney General. And the poor fellow has to be feeling, well, beleaguered. Despite his fancy ruffles and flourishes name, no doubt designed to inspire awe and credulity, we're just not bowing to his authority. In state after state, the voice of the voters roars loud and clear as a great tide rises. We, the good people of the United States, reject your regressive, insulting, ridiculously easily disproved mouthful of malarkey. The latest surveys, as of October 17th anyway, show something like 64% of Americans, and that includes a majority of Republicans, not just lefties, hipsters, libertarians, and independents, are in favor of legalization, especially when it comes to its use as medicine. Not far behind is public approval of its use for what is arguably also good medicine, plain old fun. Sessions' words neatly encapsulate the carefully propagandized fear planted and cultivated in the American public mind since early in the 20th century. The stigmatization of cannabis, which has been serving humanity for quite literally thousands of years, and was in fact a comfy, familiar, and highly effective component of countless patent medicines in the U.S. for a couple of centuries, is a testament to the power of semantics coupled with xenophobia. We all know how simple it is to change the name of a thing or concept so that people suddenly have a different perception of it. We are easily manipulated. When it's calculated to make us see a negative thing in a less harsh light, it's a euphemism. Grandma passed away instead of grandma died is the classic example. Then there's the opposite, designed to make us see something in a scary, upsetting, resentment, anger-inducing light, like calling the inheritance tax the death tax. In exactly this premeditated way, cannabis was renamed soon after the violent and protracted Mexican Revolution, 1910 to 1920, brought a big wave of immigrants and refugees from south of the border into states like Texas and Louisiana. Along with their food, music, and customs, they brought along the plant they used for medicinal and social purposes. Only they called it marijuana instead of cannabis. The media and lawmakers, playing on public fears of this invasion of brown people with their exotic ways, appearance, and language, and looking for a means to justify detention and deportation of such people, seized on the name and made sure it was indelibly and negatively associated with Mexicans. They even carried it a step further, respelling it, marijuana with a J, conjuring two of the most common Mexican names, Maria and Juan. Ooh, what is this scary and foreign-sounding marijuana creeping into our placid Protestant land? Never mind that it was exactly what Americans already relied on to relieve everything from menstrual cramps to chronic pain to loss of appetite to dipsomania to inflammation to seizures to insomnia, and on and on. Sensational stories in the papers led the public to believe that this marijuana, which the Mexicans used not just for aches and pains, but for pleasure and relaxation, was a one-way ticket to societal disintegration, rape, lunacy, degeneracy. We bought it, and we paid a high price. Gradually, state by state, marijuana, our beloved cannabis, was illegalized, banned, besmirched, and lumped in with genuinely dangerous substances like cocaine and heroin. All those marvelous patent medicines vanished from the shelves, and the madness of reefer madness commenced, and though surely and steadily diminishing, lasts to this very day. If you doubt it, just look into the eyes of Jeff Sessions, burning bright with conviction. He is the living 21st century torchbearer of Harry J. Anslinger, director of the newly formed, in 1930, Bureau of Narcotics. We have to give Anslinger credit. He was a genius of propaganda who came up with such pearls as, "The primary reason to outlaw marijuana is its effects on the degenerate races. Reefer makes darkies think they're as good as white men. Marijuana is an addictive drug which produces in its users insanity, criminality, and death." End quote. Then, contradictorily enough, he says what's sort of true and reflects what I believe gets at the actual core anxiety around the effects of marijuana, i.e., the way it might make a person want to share his/her earthly possessions and to swear off war, violence, and bootlicking fealty to authority, making it, in effect, seditious to the status quo. "Marijuana," said Anslinger, "leads to pacifism and communist brainwashing." End quote. Fear of marijuana is fear of the other. Tangential to that fear is the Puritan fear of fun. Even today, I hear people arguing against legalization of medical cannabis on the grounds that some people just want to get high. Get high? Well, we can't have that, can we? Heaven forbid. Think of what they're expressing when they say that. They would deprive us of the proven, no doubt about it benefits of cannabis. Recent discoveries include its ability to reduce chronic seizures in children by at least half and to manage symptoms of opioid withdrawal. Because some people might use it to get all silly and giggly and then devour every last stale vanilla wafer in the refrigerator and get transported by Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, even though they've heard it 1,000 times before. And then get a great night's sleep and wake up without a hangover.